Hey, Susan, thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
All right, everyone obviously feeling the long-term impact of inflation. And that includes pet owners who are facing the high cost of going to the vet when their furry friends need medical care.
Yeah, most pet owners consider their animal obviously a family member, right? So understandably, it can be really tough to make these decisions when presented with treatment options. But there are some things you can do to help reduce the cost of pet care. Elena is joining us this morning from Dr. Kelly's surgical unit in Queen Creek. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Well, believe it or not, there are a number of things that pet owners or pet mom and dads, to be more specific, I understand the lingo here, we're actually their parents, is that basically there are a lot of things that can really help prevent emergencies from happening at like a fraction of the cost. So real quick, just to set the scene for you, we are in Dr. Kelly's surgical unit. This is their newest location here in Queen Creek. They literally opened today. So we're going to talk to their co-founder, Doug, here. So first off, congratulations on the new space. How are we feeling? I mean, this is brand spanking new.
Brand new. The first scratches are being put on the floor today.
Oh, that's awesome. So let's talk about real quick, for people who don't know who Dr. Kelly's surgical unit is, what you guys do, what you guys serve, what makes you stand out amongst the rest of the vets in the Valley.
Yeah, as opposed to a traditional veterinary practice or a general practitioner, all we do is surgery. We specialize in affordable surgical care for dogs and cats, and that means spays, neuters, dentistry with extractions, mass removals, amputations, kind of anything that's soft tissue surgery that a usual GP would charge, a large four-digit number for. We specialize in doing it affordably by being efficient in its process.
Yeah, and so affordability is something you guys stand by. So let's talk about real quick, because pet care can be rather pricey, especially when it comes to an emergency situation. Let's go over some tips that people can, write down in their notes or just, record for later of how they can help their pets out.
Of course. Well, it starts at home, making sure you've got all the right accoutrements to make your pet happy at home. Quality bedding, so they have a nice place to live. The toys and pets you might get from Chewy, or when you're doing a drive-by at PetSmart, it's a good place to start. The next place to start is quality food. You'd be amazed at what a few dollars extra on your bag of food would mean that you're getting much better nutrition and therefore creating a longer life for your pet.
Yeah.
But there's other areas too. You have flea and tick prevention. Although ticks are not a huge problem in Arizona specifically, there are a few around, but fleas do come around, and you want to make sure you've got prevention for that. So there's a lot of little diseases that come from that.
For sure. Yeah. And then, of course, I think the same thing is for humans. Vaccines seem to be the best preventative care as well.
Correct. An ounce of prevention is a pound of cure. Vaccines, rabies is actually required by the county, but there's others. There's distemper, which is a terrible disease, a neurological, that pets could get if they come in contact with it. Bordetella, which is commonly known as kennel cough, or influenza. Although influenza and kennel cough are not really fatal, most groomers and daycare facilities require you to have it, and it's very, very contagious, and it just results in a cough and the dog not feeling well for several weeks.
Lastly, let's just ask this, because I know the vet's office can be maybe an intimidating place for some mom and dads out there. So what are maybe some good questions that you should ask your vet if you are worried about the cost being an issue?
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to get regular checkups. It's not something we do. There's lots of great veterinarians in town to go get regular checkups where they get blood work done and urinalysis and fecals, and that'll be your quick diagnostics, kind of like when you go and get your health checked to diagnose internally is there anything going on. Of course, if your dog changes its behavior, if they start getting a little more lethargic, they don't want to eat, or they or excessively drinking or not drinking at all, these are all things to look for. When you talk to your vet after the diagnostics, just make sure that they'll tell you if something's wrong. They'll know through the blood work and different diagnostics whether something's wrong.
All right, Doug, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And so if you'd like to utilize Dr. Kelly's services here at their new surgical unit in Queen Creek or their other locations, they are open Monday through Thursday. I want to thank Corbin here. He has been an amazing model for us, showing us how comfortable this bedding is. One tip I'll leave with you guys, because I've learned this as a dog mom, is clean up after yourselves. My dog George swallowed something he shouldn't have, and guess what? It was a very pricey surgery. So take that to the bank with you, because I wish I did sooner.
There are always things we can do, but it is a tough choice when you're there, right? Yeah. We always want to save our pets, of course. Hopefully nobody gets in that position. Thank you, Elena.
All right, straight ahead, a life coach will join us with tips on transforming.
Perfect.